right. Good morning, you guys. Thank you for joining us on our Thursday morning virtual coffee. We're so excited to have you here. For those of you who I haven't met before, my name is Debbie Morrow, and we were talking about where our butts are. My butt is in New Mexico, and my business partner, Ray, tell us where your butt is, Ray.
Hey guys, good morning. My name is Raymond Scholseth. Been in the game for about 33 years and I'm based out of Chicago.
He didn't want to say the word but, obviously. All right. Ray has intimate knowledge of the business of our speaker today. So I'm going to let him introduce Therese and take it from there.
Hey guys, so first and foremost, please start dropping your contact information in the chat. At the end of this, we'll save the chat, give everybody a copy so you have everybody's copy of their contact information. Feel free to network direct message why we're doing this today. Therese is a long-standing friend of Debbie and I's, and we're super grateful for her to showing up for us today. Therese, I'd like to pass you the mic, give you the ability to do a little bit of a warm introduction, and then we'll kick it off.
Sure. So, for those that don't know me, I am the founder of For Change Financial, which is a nonprofit organization, and we specialize in free financial education. And one of those specialties really has grown over the last few years, and that is improving credit and credit education. So that's why I kind of joined this networking group to begin with, because I wanted to help realtors and lenders get their clients to that dream of home ownership, and help in the process, because I know credit is a huge issue for a lot of people. So that's what I'm going to be presenting about today, and just go over one of the many programs we have. We have a lot, but I just want to go over the one that is the most popular and give you guys some insight and maybe a resource for a client that you have, and hopefully get them in that home as soon as possible.
Awesome. Thanks, Therese. Therese, before we get into your presentation, can I just ask you a couple questions?
Of course, put me on the spot. Go
Yeah,
for
you
it.
know how I roll. What are some common things you see people struggle with when it comes to finding the right person to either help them or help a client restore their credit?
So credit is so complicated to begin with, right? No one teaches about credit in school. It's something you kind of learn by trial and error. And, it's kind of like, what is a good trusted resource? So I think the biggest issue is having trusted resources where you don't have to spend money, where it's a safe place. And I think I've really created that for people, so they could go online, find the resources they need, and not feel like they have to pay thousands of dollars. And it's a mindset thing. Thinking that you can't overcome bad credit or some financial hardship that you went through in the past. So overcoming those two barriers, finding the right people on your team, and having this positive influence that, hey, that was just a bump in the road. We can rebuild. There's so many resources and ways to get past it.
Do you think people are afraid of credit?
For sure. I mean, because if something, which I mean, it's happened to, I'm sure, many of us, you've gone through something, whether you were an entrepreneur before, you lost your job, you couldn't pay all the bills, whatever it might be, you've gone through something. Some crap has happened in the past. And when you look at your credit, you have to face that. It's like looking in the mirror and like, oh my gosh, this really did happen. And you have to go back and face that head on. And having an encouraging team, like I said, is super important to have you overcome that and rebuild. Because I mean, even people that have gone through something like bankruptcy, something major, right? That is, it could really tear somebody's confidence down. Like, you don't think that you're worth getting past it, but you totally are.
I love it. Therese, let's get into your presentation, then I'll ask you more hard questions after we're done.
Okay, perfect. Bear with me, guys. I'm gonna go ahead
And
and
guys, as we're going through this, if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. And then when we open up Q&A, we'll get back to them.
so, like I said, I'm the founder of this nonprofit, and I really started it to help initially my friends and family get over hardships so that they could qualify for home loans or take seconds on their house. And credit was a big issue. So I've developed a number of programs, but this is our #1 program that people like to join. And it's our one-on-one credit coaching. And the reason why this is so great, as you guys will see through my presentation, it encompasses a lot of things. We touch on mindset, and we really do handhold the clients through the process of improving their credit and educating them. We're not just going to take over their credit and, bump them up points. We're going to give them the knowledge so that they're never in this situation of having poor credit. So I wanted to kind of start with some statistics to show you guys the opportunity of people out there that really could use more help. About 42% of Americans have been declined by lenders due to a credit score. Roughly 102 million Americans currently have a credit score below 580. And I know that there are some programs that can help them at 580, but of course we want them to be with excellent credit. And 2 out of 5 people have maxed out credit cards. So the mindset of overcoming and getting your bills in order is really important, especially when it comes to approvals for lenders. And nearly 80% of all credit reports contain errors. So there is a huge opportunity for us to not only serve people to get them into those homes or into those loans, but also have a really big impact in their future and their family's future. So our coaching program, like I said, we are a nonprofit. So clients will never get an invoice from For Change Financial. We provide a bunch of education. That's really where it starts. We have online courses where people can learn about the basics of credit and start applying those tips and tricks that no one ever told you about and how to maximize your points. We have a resource library, and this resource library has hundreds of step-by-step guides, because I understand, I've gone through financial hardships and I've seen so many people. It is a trust thing for a lot of people. They don't want to put their business out there. They don't want to be put on the spot. So we did develop a resource library so that they could go in their comfort and find resources and answers to common questions that they might have, like what to do after a repo, how to deal with collection companies. So we break down step-by-step things, how they can negotiate with collection companies that really have helped people that want to keep their finances private, which I completely understand. It's hard to face your credit head on. But like I said, this coaching program is so encompassing. So when they want to do a coaching program with us like this, we will analyze their credit. We will go through their credit report, and I will show you some more slides about that. And we also will dispute their credit. So that's very unique to our nonprofit. If you've ever dealt with credit disputing or credit quote unquote repair companies, they charge thousands and thousands of dollars for credit repair. So we do educate the clients on how you can ethically and morally use the law in your favor to dispute errors on your credit report. And we do monthly check-ins. So we are our clients, our members' biggest cheerleaders. We check in with them monthly. Sometimes our clients will call us on a weekly basis, which we love. We love talking to our clients, despite the fact that we are an online resource for them. They can call or text or email at any point, and we are here to serve. So I wanted to dive into the credit analysis report. This is a great way for clients to learn what is going on with their credit. So we break down a custom report for them. It's roughly about 15 pages. Sometimes it's a little bit longer than that. And they walk away with this report that gives them a game plan. It talks about what is credit, what's the general education behind credit, how to maximize all 550 points of your score. And it gives them specific details about their current situation. This photo here will show you a little bit of a summary. We talk about every single account on their credit report with them. So we do a meeting with them after we come up with this report, and we will go in detail with all the potential areas that need to be improved. And we give them a game plan on how to do that. We'll talk about credit usage and how we can maximize the points for utilization, which is the second largest category of your FICO score, roughly 165 points. So we go through a lot of education, and it can be overwhelming. It's a lot we throw at them in that hour meeting that we schedule. And they walk away with so much, and they have something that they could always reference in the future. Whether they're just trying to get a few items deleted or if they're just trying to bump up a few points for a lender, they have something for the future that they could continue to work on. Um, so I did mention that we do credit disputing, and lots of people don't know or they don't have the education that you can dispute your credit. There are consumer laws like the Fair Credit Reporting Act that protect consumers on incorrect, outdated, and erroneous items. So I'm kind of a geek, which Ray knows. I will sit there and read the laws, and I have read the laws. I think that is a fun Saturday afternoon. So I will just sit there and read the laws. I try to stay up to date on what's going on with any laws that might pertain to credit or debt in general. So, like in January, they passed a law for medical collections. They can't be on your credit report anymore. So these are things that I try to stay up to date on, and I do inform clients about this. When we do the credit disputing process, I will say we do require credit monitoring. As I go through the slides, you'll see why, but that's the only way we can track the progress. Just like if you're going to try to lose weight, right? Any type of improvement you want to do to your life, you need to have some accountability, and that is part of the process. So as you'll see, these are like things I just took snapshots of someone's report, but this is just what we go over in that credit analysis report. It is very in-depth, and it is user-friendly because if you've ever looked at a credit report, it is not easy to read. So our system does provide details like, okay, this item is negative and it's with Equifax and Experian, and this is what's showing. But TransUnion, there's a discrepancy there. So we go through every single account with every single bureau with that client, which is great because I feel like they do walk away better understanding like why they just got declined for a home loan. Because a lot of the time they walk away from a situation like that and they feel defeated, like they don't know the reason why. If you give the person the reason why and the resources to fix that why, I think they feel like it is more tangible for them. So we do go through every aspect, like I said, of this credit report, and it's a great way for them to also ask questions if they have any. So I did want to show some results. I took a few snapshots of things that we have disputed because I do get that question. What kind of items can you get deleted and how fast can you do that? And like I said, like it really kind of depends. Everybody's financial situation is different, but we use the laws in an ethical way. And as you can see here, we can get items like incorrect addresses, incorrect names. We've had collections deleted. LVNV Funding is one of the largest collection companies, Midland Credit. So there are ways to ethically do this, to use the law to protect clients. Lenders like Navy Fed, Capital One, these items can be deleted like late payments. Those are late payments. And even items here on the far right corner, like a bankruptcy. And sometimes people are shocked. Well, I thought it has to be on your credit report so many years, 7 to 13 years, depending on what you file. But there are ways if it is being incorrectly reported or the data is incorrect to get them deleted from your credit report. As it comes, for disputing, it really is teamwork. So the more that the client wants to be involved and be a part of the education behind what we're doing, the better the results are. The ones that really commit, they do see results in 6 to 8 months, on average 140 points when they commit to the process. But it's just like anything. Sometimes people start diets and they're good for the first 2 months and then you don't hear anything, right? So like I said, it is a teamwork effort, and these results do happen on a daily basis. And I'm very proud of things like this and how the clients can improve. So one of the benefits for our clients is the trackability. We just updated our software. So our clients are able to see, their scores on a monthly basis. Let me see here. So yeah, the scores, and then they can also see what items are we disputing, like what is positive, what is negative, what has been updated. And this is really crucial, I think, not just for clients, to stay motivated, but also their end goal, keeping their end goal in mind. And it can go into further details if they wanted to see specifically what item, like if a Bank of America mortgage were disputing, if it's been verified, deleted, or repaired. So they get accountability from us, right? We're not just helping them dispute credit and it goes into this cloud and you don't know what is going on. So this is a great software for them that we've invested into so that they have, their accountability and they could see their progress along the way. And our affiliates. So I do work with a number of realtors and lenders and a number of you on this call, which is amazing. It's been a blessing for me to serve you guys. But our affiliates have access to their account. They can create a great account for themselves and they can promote themselves because their information will be prominent on their client's portal page. So you're always top of mind. So you can put your information here. There's a referral section where you can securely send your information for referrals to us, and we will follow up with your clients. And the best part that my affiliates love is they can track their clients. So here on the right, you can see it just says sample client, but you can get an up-to-date scoring for your clients. You could see exactly what we're doing. Hold us accountable, please. And you could see what dispute items are going through and what we're working on with your clients. So it really has worked out for our affiliates. And in addition to this portal, they also get a monthly email every 15th of the month to know more details just besides this, just, a little more background or concerns about their clients that might come up. So that's basically my presentation. I wanted to keep it short. I know sometimes slides are a little cumbersome, but I'm hoping you guys enjoyed that. This is my calendar link. If you want to schedule a call with more details from me, you could go ahead and scan that. I will also put it in the chat.
Already in the chat, Therese. Ahead of you.
Cool.
We're good to go.
Tina had a question in the chat about
Sure.
if you had old medical bills, will they come off of your credit report?
Yes.
Yes, they will come off your credit report.
Yes, you can dispute old medical bills.
Therese, I just want to say that, we've been working with you for many years now, and the level of how you upped your game has been awesome to witness. So I just literally want to give you a round of applause and tell you amazing work with what we just saw, because it's completely different than it was even a year ago. So congrats for that.
Thank you.
All right, so we got some questions here. Can we get a link rather than a QR code? Terrell, I'll scan the QR code and drop a link for you. No problem. Lorraine, I don't understand. Is there a few for affiliates? Unmute. What are you asking?
I think she
All
meant, I think she meant fee. Is there a fee for affiliate?
Exactly. Is there a
okay.
No, you don't have to pay to be an affiliate. You don't have to pay to come get the education. The only requirement we have is for the credit monitoring, and that's if you want to dispute your credit. But yeah, our affiliates, Danny, Wendell, they can all attest. I don't charge them anything, so I'm here to serve, really.
Yes, it's
And Danny,
really amazing. Yeah.
tell us the story about, with the note you put in the comments about your client.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I've sent Therese a number of clients and one of them she's helped them improve their score by 114 points. And he just only went through round one. That's super amazing. He's really happy. And now I'm really excited about this portal that she's got so I can track them as well, the monthly emails. This is super amazing. And yeah, it's amazing that it doesn't cost anything to the clients, it doesn't cost anything to me. So I'm gonna just keep sending her my clients that have credit challenges.
I love it. All right, Therese, I'm going to ask you a very loaded question. What is nobody asking you that we should be asking you about what you do in the service you provide?
That is loaded. how they can get more involved. I mean, I know like people like Trina and stuff, they want to do webinars and get involved and stuff, but I feel like there's such a great opportunity too. And I think this year, because I've set it up a certain way, the last few years, I think there's a great opportunity where I can come in and help you if you have webinars, if you want to host that. I'm kind of putting myself outside my comfort zone, which Ray. I really don't like to be on camera, but I'm really pushing myself. But I think, when people ask, I can't say no. I love to help. I love to serve. I think that's just how I've been built and that's my purpose. And I'm so glad that I can do that in this way. So if you have an idea, you want to do a webinar, you want me to talk to your clients, anything like that, get a group of your clients together, let's do it. I'm ready to partner with anybody, basically.
So guys, like this is an opportunity to bring something different to your community, right? So if you're involved in LinkedIn groups, Facebook groups, meetup groups, whatever it is, book a call with Therese. You can literally go into all of your community groups, post a free webinar for correcting credit, get supported by Therese for free, and deliver something that your community is in desperate need of, right? Just for education and financial literacy. All right, guys, any other questions before we probably start going into breakout rooms? Taisha, I see your hand up.
Hello. Hi. So sorry. Good morning, Therese. I am so sorry. I kind of joined a little late. Did you leave your information in the chat? Do you mind leaving it in the chat again? I'm so sorry.
I did. I will put my calendar and my business card there. I will
Thank
definitely.
you so much. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Guys, any other questions for Therese?
I
Okay,
wanted to
so
know if you provide services in Spanish.
I don't. I wish that, I will put that on my to-do list, but it's all in English right now.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Raymond.
yeah,
Wanted to give Therese prop. She has been wonderful. This is Jose Santa Maria, by the way. Therese, thank you very much for helping my clients out. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome, Jose.
All right, you guys. I don't know what more, like, this is probably one of the best people we could have brought you, right? Like, what she does helps your clients. It helps you close deals that you probably wouldn't have been able to, and it's all free to both you and your client. So, like, this is when somebody talks about a no-brainer, this is truly a no-brainer. So, there's literally nothing that should stop you from contacting Therese to help your clients. So do that. And if you have not already put your contact information in the chat, please do so. We're going to go into some breakout rooms. Teresa, I didn't prepare you for this. However, you've been on here enough to know. Do you have an icebreaker question for the first breakout room?
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of seasoned agents and lenders here. Maybe a question I was thinking about was, what resources do you give to your clients besides, if you can't do the deal for whatever reason, what resources do you have? Let's share those resources together, whether it's credit or debt, like whatever that might be. Let's share that and hopefully help each other close some business.
I love that. Love, love, love. Okay, you guys, we're going into the breakout rooms now. What resources do you share with your clients? All right, you guys, welcome back. So first things first, I'd love for someone to unmute and tell us something they learned that was just super cool. Like, what did you learn in your breakout room that you never thought to share with your clients?
Oh,
Peggy.
Mina Cooper talks to her children about money, which is very unusual to hear any parent talk to their children while they're still young about how money works. So congratulations to her. She will have amazing money-minded children when they
Well,
become adults.
Thank you. That's the plan. They like to spend it too, but they're good. They know when it's enough. They know.
Excellent. Love that. Anyone else just have an amazing revelation in their breakout room? Nobody, huh?
Uh, well, Coach Monica told us about how to create a lead magnets, and she helped a lot. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Lane, go for it.
Yeah, I wanted to share that Joyce Aponte was in my room, and I never realized how many people would respond. She said she put a Facebook question about foreclosures, and in a week she had 8,000 people contact her that needed her help and her information. So I was just shocked about that. Like, I've never thought about making it a niche, but in her area, she's really helping people. Oh my gosh.
8,000. Wow. Okay. We have
Well,
a
Debbie, I
Facebook.
need to know what that question was that she posted up before you move forward.
Oh, you asking me?
I was going to say, what was the question that got 8,000 responses?
I don't know, but I would reach out to her, Joyce Aponte, Aponte. If she doesn't she's going to put her information in the chat and a list of resources that she says nobody knows about. But
Yeah,
she's talked to the head of HUD.
This is Joyce.
Yeah,
This is
there's
Joyce.
Joyce.
I couldn't unmute it. I'm in the car driving. I'm so sorry. It was 3 words. Can you imagine 3 words? Foreclosure buyers wanted. And I got 8,642 responses, and half of those people were, I don't want to say half, but a lot of those people were in trouble and didn't know what to do. And when they saw that, they said to me, I'm not looking for a foreclosure, but I'm in foreclosure. So I was wondering what to do. And I've been doing it for 35 years, working with people in foreclosure. And I have an office, 119 people. I don't think anybody's ever, some people don't even know how to spell it. You know what I mean? So it's just a niche market in the business that 99% of us realtors are not clear on, and it's just it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Wow.
And talk about referral business after you save somebody's house. And that's why I went to speak to Secretary of HUD yesterday. I went to Washington, and he put me in touch with this different head HUD directors in the states, because there's so many HUD programs available that nobody knows about. So it's just an area, it's just like off to the left. Nobody wants to talk about it or anything like that. Realtors aren't interested, but I've spent 35 years working with it, and helping save somebody's house. You can't buy that.
Excellent. Thanks, Joyce. Therese, there's a question pop up in their group about how much private financial information is shared to the agent. Is that appropriate? That kind of thing. So can you speak to that?
Yeah, so when leads come in, they already have authorization with the client. So a lender or a realtor, they've already had a conversation. They're not just coming in cold. And the personal information are the scores, the general scores, and the items that are being disputed.
Gotcha. So the agent or the lender who refers them to you already knows that they have a challenge and is part of that process to help them get past it. So I don't think Teresa's sharing any other private information with the realtors or lenders than
and we
that.
don't sell information. Like, I'm definitely not a scam. Like, we're military encrypted software for clients and our affiliates. So we do our best to protect the consumer's personal information as well. And a lot of the time, the lenders have already seen this information that we're looking at.
Excellent. Thank you, Therese. Okay, you guys, Ray, how about the second question?
Okay. Yeah, I guess my second question is, will you commit to invest in your community and bring Therese to your local community to do a webinar or an education or something.
All right, so we have
Yes,
just enough
yes.
time for one more breakout room. I'm going to make this one 9 minutes so that we can wrap up. Here we go. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today on, Thursday morning. Thank you, Therese, for not only coming here today and sharing with us, but for everything that you do for the real estate community for free. That is just amazing that that we have a resource like you that we can send all of our clients to, and they're not going to have to pay for it. It's amazing.
You're welcome. Thank you for allowing me to share today. And, I'm here as a resource. Don't be afraid to reach out for anything.
Excellent. Hey, you know what, you guys? For those of you who have used Therese, and so I know that was Danny and Wendell have both used her. I think Trina had a client that she's worked with her. I would love if you guys would go into the Facebook group and say, Therese was our presenter on the virtual coffee today, and she helped one of my clients improve their credit score by 114 points. And there's no charge for her program. If you have clients that need this, reach out to Therese. And if you tag her, then she'll be able to connect with those agents. Uh-oh, plane's going over. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. Maybe I should mute. Ray, you want to wrap everything up?
Yeah. Hey guys, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for Therese. It was awesome. The replay will be available on our YouTube channel, most likely by tomorrow morning if you want to catch it. And that's it. That's all we got. Thank you guys so much. Hope you have an amazing day.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.